Hey, what's up everyone? So today we're going to talk about a cool new feature of Xcode 13 that is going to help us whenever we have a flaky test in our testing suite. But before we begin, a few words on what actually is a flaky test. A flaky test is a test that is, we could say, unreliable, meaning that most of the time it's going to behave fine, but in a few weird instances is going to actually fail without a clear reason. And when we have a flaky test in our code, it's usually very painful because, for instance, if you have a continuous integration pipeline that is going to run your test continuously, well, at some point the test is meant to fail, and so you will have many failing builds, and it's going to take you time to understand whether or not it's a true fail or not. You will maybe have to relaunch your test several times, and it's just a waste of your time. So let's try out this new tool in Xcode 13 to detect and fix such flaky tests. So first, I'm going to add in my code a simulation, we could say, of a flaky test. So as you can see, I have implemented my test in such a way that there is a 1 in 50 chance that it will fail for no reason. So if I were to run my test locally, as I'm doing now, so as you can see, most of the time the test will indeed succeed. And actually, if I were to only run my test on my own development machine, most of the time I would have a passing test, and in the rare instance where the test would fail, I would just have to relaunch it, and that's it. Basically, the issue would not be that big of a deal. But of course, when you are working in a big iOS team where there is also a continuous iteration pipeline deployed, it's going to be very annoying because at some point the build will fail, and it will fail for, we could say, an unreliable reason. So we don't like to have such flaky tests, and of course, as soon as we spot one, we want to have a way to fix it as easily as possible. And this is where the new Xcode tool comes into play, because as you can imagine, if the only tool I have at my disposal is just to run the test, well, if I want to reproduce an instance where the test failed, maybe I will have to run the test several times, and it's just not going to be something that's manageable. But we now have a new tool. So we can right click on the test, and as you can see, there is a new line called run the test repeatedly. So I'm going to click on it. And as you can see, I have several options. So first, and the most important one is this one, is that I can configure a number of time that the test will be run. And then I can say that I either want this process to stop after the first failure. So actually, in my case, this is what I want. But I could also want it to stop after the first success, because in some instances, it might be that your test initially fails, but after a given number of retrying succeeds. So in such instances, well, we would want to understand why it starts succeeding. And then there is a third option where it's just going to run the test the specified number of times. It's not going to fail either on success or on failure. And actually, this can be interesting if you want to gain some statistics on how often the test is actually failing. So I'm actually going to run it like this, and we're going to see in the console what is the result. So I'm clicking on run, and then I'm going to bring the console up a little bit. And so as you can see in the console, it says that 100 tests were indeed executed, and there were 4 failures. So it's a little bit above average because the average should be 2 failures, but it still makes sense. And so we can see that indeed with this mechanism, we are able to easily reproduce a failure. So now let's try to actually spot the reason for the failure, so to have a breakpoint when the test failed. So I'm going to once again click on the button to run the test repeatedly. This time I'm going to say that I want to stop after the first failure, and that I also want to pause on failure. So I want to have a breakpoint whenever there is a failure. Then I click on run. So it's actually kind of funny what happened, because there were also 100 repetitions, but this time there were 0 failure. And it makes sense because the reason to fail is random. So last time we had 4 failure when the average is 2. This time we had 0. So it's also a possible result. So I'm going to just rerun the process once again. And this time, that's it. We have indeed triggered a failure. And as you can see, I now have a breakpoint where the test failed. So of course, since here it's kind of a mock, well, it's very easy to understand what is happening. But if it were a test that is testing either a much more complex behavior or a much more complex graph of objects, well, having this breakpoint where the test has failed and being able to debug, to understand what is the call stack, what has been happening up to this point, well, it would definitely be a great help in fixing the root cause for this flaky test. So that's all for this video. As we've seen, this new tool in Xcode 13 to help us spot and fix flaky flaky test is extremely simple. And that's actually a great thing, because if today you already have some flaky tests in your code base that are driving you crazy every time you are pushing code on your Git repo, well, now you can just download the beta of Xcode 13, use this new tool, and with this option of being able to run a single test repeatedly, I'm sure that you will be very easily able to spot the reason why the test is failing, and you will be able to fix it. And as always, thank you for watching this video, and see you next time.